Good afternoon to everyone there in the United States. Good evening to everyone here in the UK, and welcome to our weekly Team VIP Global Call. It's my absolute pleasure. My name is Philip Llewellyn, joining you from the UK to welcome you to what's coming to the close of what's been a very exciting June. Anyone that's staying close to the fire right now and underneath the spout where all the information comes out close to everyone, then you'll know, if you're engaged with your support team, that there's a lot going on with enhancements to what we're doing right now, with what we're building right now, that is going to make a great deal of difference to so many people's lives moving forward. And especially if you're on this call and you're listening live right now, my goodness, you've got a fantastic opportunity to just do some work over the next couple of months, the next couple of weeks, and the next couple of days that could really multiply your leverage in this business moving forward. I'm so excited right now, and I'm equally excited to be able to introduce to you someone who I've got to know very, very closely over the last 5.5, 6 years since I was very fortunate to have this gentleman come into my life. And do you know, it's funny how things happen. It's actually this gentleman, Mr. Kyle McGregor, who I'm a pleasure to introduce to you, is going to take the call on this evening. I actually got to know this gentleman by someone who was his business partner at the time, Mr. Gary Regia, placed about 5.5 years ago a Facebook ad. And I have responded to a Facebook ad. And when you think about that, going back 5.5 years ago, that's pretty cutting-edge marketing there for Gary Regia, Facebook ad. But you know, that one ad that I clicked on led me to a team of 2,500 people here in the UK, building specifically more with Kyle than I did with Gary at the time. But it was through that ad, and it's my absolute pleasure now. 5.5 years later, I've come back. Linked arms with Gary and with Kyle, and we're moving forward in a brave new world that is just changing, that's just evolving before our very eyes. And I've seen how Kyle has reacted in previous times when he's got his the bit between his teeth, right? And he wants to bring a team forward and share a vision. Seriously, there is no one better. So with that being said, and to really help everyone crystallize this and to get you to be able to share this information with the people that you want to get this out to soon, I'm going to get out of my way and introduce you to Mr. Kyle McGregor. You were with us this evening, sir. It's an absolute pleasure to have your time with us this evening.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely. Take it away, sir.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. And I'll probably call on a couple of people here on the call just to get your thoughts on some things as we continue to talk about some very, very important factors here, especially at this pivotal, exciting moment in time. Being at the beginning of an opportunity is really everyone's pretty much dream, you know. But it takes some vision, first and foremost. It takes vision to see something before everyone else sees it, but also takes courage to take action when not everyone's participating and doing it already. And those are the ones that win big. The ones that actually see it, they have the foresight, they have the vision of what's possible, and then they have the courage to actually take the necessary action steps for them to actually benefit and win. That's the key. And it was interesting. I was going to piggyback of what Philip was saying. Before I get there, I just want to make sure everyone knows about the different actions that needs to be taken this week and different events that we have available to us. Monday, Philip Llewellyn is a phenomenal masterclass at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. GMT, which is England time, which is he goes over some fantastic elements, especially at this pivotal point in our business and the growth that we're doing. Wednesday, we're doing a training, marketing the business for the future, and knowing how to really communicate people and how to pique people's interest and get them excited and engaged, and how you can actually benefit from this type of timing of where you are in a business. And then also just talking to vendors and talking to people that may have quality products that we're looking to potentially benefit from adding to our incentivized platform, where they can really have a platform and they have customers included as well as potential sales force marketing their products for them. That is mind-blowing. And then just basically just sharing the vision at this point, sharing the vision of what we're doing, how we're getting things launched, how we're innovating, how we're making things better. So I'll be going over a little bit of that today and also in more detail on Wednesday. But I'm going to piggyback off what Philip was talking about a little previously is just getting engaged, just showing up. And I've got a philosophy, show up and win. And that is kind of a large encompassing phrase, but it's very, very true. I've been in the industry for about 15 years now, but I just imagine if I didn't stay engaged, at least in working in business and connecting and becoming a networker, and really joining forces with people and building solid relationships. It's interesting the last few days. This is kind of nutty, and it feels kind of a woo-woo type thing because you hear things like attraction marketing, or you want to attract people into your business, and I never really understood that fully. I just thought it was kind of like a saying that people would say, but it's kind of nuts. I've got people coming back to me I haven't talked to in 10 years that found me on Facebook that say, hey, look, what are you doing these days? I saw we did business together 10 years ago, and I'm open to opportunity. I see what you're doing on Facebook, and how kind of lifestyle you have. And again, that's another aspect of marketing is for you to push things in people's faces. That's not what this is about. It's about literally becoming the person you need to become in order to attract the people you need to in your business to win. And that's really what we've been able to do here, is attract some phenomenal like-minded leaders here in our organization of here, VIP Global, and the thing that we've been able to partner with. So let me give you a couple examples. There's a young lady that came to our event yesterday. We had a great, fantastic event, by the way. We'll be posting some pictures on VIP Global. By the way, if you have not yet done so, go to VIP Global, our Facebook fan page on Facebook. So facebook.com/VIP Global Network. Go and look that up and like the page and stay engaged with all the different posts that we put on there and the different events that we have available. So that's all there readily available to you and for you. But just talking about people coming around in your life. It's interesting how this all works is this young lady, I haven't talked to in well over 10 years. We did a business together. Definitely, it was traditional direct sales or network marketing. And I was excited at that time. And I was building business. And she and I had built a good friendship because she was dating one of my great friends. And, she kind of went her way. I went my way. I started doing a different business and kind of lost touch with some of the leaders that were friends of mine. And she had gone through a class called Landmark and met this gentleman by the name of Alex. And Alex is in Rudy's organization and ends up knowing this girl, this young lady from Landmark. And he's like, well, I've got some people I want you to share what we're doing here with. And one of their names is Carmela. And Carmela, my gosh, I have not spoken to her in 10 years. I'm not even sure if we're still friends on Facebook. But again, it's a very small world. And we start realizing if you don't talk to people that you know about what we're doing, guess what? Someone else will. And hopefully they're a part of your team, But if they're not, you're basically losing out on potential people that are, part of your life or have been a part of your life that you can give opportunity to. Guys, we're in the right place at the right time with the right industry that's on the rise but still in its infancy. And we're positioning ourselves to profit because we found a solution to a problem that exists within one of the largest, fastest growing industries of the world of e-commerce. And that's really the big picture that we really need to share right here, right now, because we found the solution. We have the ability to help people be incentivized to shop through themselves and get paid to do it. Now, whether it's sexy or not, I don't care. What I do know is it can provide a very sexy lifestyle, because if you can get to the masses and you can have a solution to a problem, you can live with the classes, meaning that you can make a fortune if you can help a large group of people see a vision of what you're doing and are willing to engage in that. And so that's very exciting. And that's just one example. I've had like 3 or 4 other people that literally have come back to me. A girl I used to work with, I used to sell, actually market timeshare. This is years back. Market timeshare, and it was a short period of time. I did it for maybe a year and a half or something like that. But it was another revenue stream for me at the time, and it was a transitional time between businesses that I was building. And so it was working for me. Well, the girl that I had worked with, she hit me up on Facebook and said, what are you doing these days? Again, these social media platforms can be very, very attractive. You look at Louis Roman, that's in our organization through Rudy. They met online through Facebook. I mean, again, there's people looking and searching for opportunity, and literally people I know personally that are on their knees asking God for an opportunity today. And if we don't share this with them, especially these beginning stages of the growth of what we're doing, you're basically robbing them. And people are begging for opportunity today. We have the opportunity to help solve and give them opportunity, they can actually change their lives forever. It's absolutely shift and change my world, and we have the opportunity to bless other people's lives as long as we just share the picture, share the vision, share the big picture of what we're doing here, and that's the whole point of what we're doing here, okay? I know I asked Anthony to come aboard and share a few things. I'm going to have him, say a couple of words in a few minutes. But in regards to that, in regards to what we're doing and how we're building and how we're creating infrastructure, I know at the beginning stages here, Mr. Anthony LeBlanc is attracting some phenomenal leaders, phenomenal people. And just in the last, my gosh, few weeks, he's already brought on over 100 people into his organization where he gets to really catapult from that platform. Anthony, maybe just some words of wisdom, things that you're doing to help attract those types of people in your business and the things that you're doing to help create that type of excitement and momentum.
Can you hear me okay, Cal?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just want to thank you for this platform. I'm extremely excited, and I think everyone around me can tell, they can feel it, they can see that we're on the brink of something or doing something special. I mean, we have an incredibly awesome opportunity before us right now in an industry that's moving extremely fast. And so, people are already seeing what's happening in the news when we talk about e-commerce and brick and mortar businesses closing and all those type of things. They've never had an opportunity to be at the beginning of something special or as special as our company and what we're planning on doing. We can't predict what we're going to do, but if what we did over the last 12 months with the practice company is any indication of what we're getting ready to do, man, all I got to say is watch out, don't get left out. We have first movers advantage right now, and so I've been letting my people know that, hey, this is an opportunity to be at the beginning of something special, and they are either going to do it or not. We've seen other people get involved in companies, and a year later, they're the ones wondering what happened. They have this phrase, some will make it happen, some will watch it happen, and some will wonder what happens. We don't want to be in a position of wondering what the heck happened. We want to be at the forefront of what's going on, and we want to take this opportunity serious. I can get excited about a lot of things, but not as excited as I am right now. I said yesterday, if you're not excited and if you're not on fire about what you're doing or what's getting ready to happen, then your wood must be wet. You got to find a way to dry that wood off and get it on fire, because you don't want to sit around for a year or 6 months or even 3 months and miss this by any seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, or months. You want to do what you can, and you want to do it to the fullest right now while this opportunity is brand new, because this is going to be life-changing for a lot of us. It's going to make a lot of us into millionaires, and I firmly believe that. And so for the individuals that's sitting out there thinking, I don't know, hey, $500 turning into even doubling your money is worth it. But $500 turning into $500,000 or $1 million is way worth it. There were a lot of people that sat at the table. Well, not a lot of people, but there were some people that sat at the table for Amazon, Facebook, Uber, and all those other companies, and they had to come up with quite a bit of money to be an investor for those companies. Thousands and thousands of dollars. They passed on it, but today they wish that they hadn't. Even though it was $25,000 or $50,000 to get in those companies, today they would be multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires. We only have to put up 500, and we can achieve the same results. So I'm excited about what's going on. I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm just trying to relay that message to everybody that I talk to.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And you're doing such a great job and really conveying the vision and the excitement. I mean, just let yourself on fire and people come around for miles to watch you burn. Just that excitement alone will get people interested in wanting to engage. And it really doesn't take a lot. You can say certain things to encapsulate and get people excited and curious about really what's possible here. But again, the excitement and your belief is really what's going to help people pull the trigger and go forward. And you do not want to sit on your hands right now. You need to get up and get running and share it with as many people as humanly possible, because there's a very short window of time that we can financially benefit at this moment in time, because there's certain elements that we're offering now that will not be available later for other people. So don't rob people of that opportunity they can capitalize on. Again, these evolution of what's transpiring right here, right now. I want to focus on also who we are as a team, as a group, as an individual organization with VIP Global. And it's very special to be able to be a part of something that is a group of like-minded leaders to support each other, of entrepreneurs that can lead the force and help people become leaders, right? Maybe somebody doesn't view themselves as a leader yet, but maybe they have always wanted to be. This is like an incubator for people to really learn and develop those leadership skills to, again, start to attract those types of people in their business and in their life. I would have never, ever been able to attract people like Mr. LeBlanc, like Philip Llewellyn, if I hadn't worked on me and realized that we are... it's all about failing forward and doing it and just going forward and do as much as you can, as hard as you can, without slowing down and building that momentum. Momentum is one of the hardest things to build, one of the easiest things to lose. It's being consistent and persistent with your actions and activities. So daily, I would suggest making a goal of reaching out to a certain amount of people on a daily basis, piquing their interest, and then having your support team leader help share the vision of what we're doing. That's what we have the availability to do right now. And with our VIP Global organization, we've got so many support team leaders that are there for each other. Sideline, upline, doesn't matter where we are. We're all here as a community of like-minded leaders. And I'm going to have Philip share with us a few things about that as well, in the importance of building community, importance of building an organization where we can come together and help support each other. I've got my twin brother actually listening in right now from Djibouti, Africa, and he'll be back in August, but he's building over there on the other side of the world, making phone calls from Facebook and reaching out to people. Guys, there should be no excuses at this point. We should all be reaching out to as many people as possible, sharing the vision of what we have available. And the fact that we can lean on each other, support each other, become a synergistic unit to help each other win, that's a key element. So really aligning yourselves with VIP Global, aligning ourselves with a revolutionary concept of incentivized shopping, and really finding that solution to the problem, and the leadership that we have with Gary and Richard, and really what's being developed at this very moment, and enhancing the concept that we've already have a proof of concept in, and evolution of the team as well. And we really want to just help show you how to build your business right here. We want you to focus on the concept, focus on really the exciting aspect, like Anthony was talking about, of how this incentivized shopping platform, we could do for e-commerce what Uber did for taxi services, or what Facebook did for social media. Really create a platform that is game-changing on so many different levels. So it's not just getting paid for when you shop, but also, guys, think about this, is getting paid for everybody shopping around the world that's participating on this platform. So everything from bonus pools to building a team for yourself globally. And not just for yourself. How would you like to have this team being built for you internationally through our forced matrix that we have available? That is such a sexy part of what we're doing and helping the average person win. And also revenue share of the company that's going to be definitely game-changing for every single one of us here. But Phil, talking about VIP Global, talking about our team, our organization here, why is this so special, and how is it that you are so excited about what we've developed and creating here?
One word, community. I really believe and hang my hat on the success of the future business that I'm going to grow over the next 10, 15 years on building a strong, cohesive, bonded community of people who are going to come together and support those that support them. And I don't just mean fellow team members or cross-team members. I mean vendors that are going to come into the ecosystem that we are going to build. Because once we can get a team behaving and responding as a community, and we get to see the bigger impact on others' lives, and the bigger impact on the world around us that we can make as a community, we will grow on the back of that fact alone. And I would be honest with you, Kyle, right? I'm saying to people right now, this specific moment in time, why don't you accept the challenge of the next 2 to 3 weeks of going out and growing your business without being able to mention a company name, without being able to mention any specifics of a compensation plan, without going out and be able to give in answers to all the questions. Because here's the thing, if we can take on that challenge over the next 2-3 weeks, I honestly think we'll never go back to marketing by mentioning a company name or mentioning a compensation plan. Because, Kyle, that's not what it's all about. It's about listening to other people. It's about reaching out to them with your passion and then listening to what they have to say about where they are in their lives. What are their goals, dreams, and aspirations? And how is what they're doing right now working out for them? Do they see a path to success with what they're currently doing? Because we have an opportunity, completely part-time, that for next to nothing by way of an investment. You look at some of the alternative ways that you can invest your money in a business right now. Part-time, just part-time. Right? If you want to earn between $500 and $2,000 a month part-time, how much is it going to cost you to invest to have a business? Because here's the thing, what people have to realize as well, once you have a business, you have write-off costs against that business. Now, I don't know about all the state attorney law that you would need to speak to in all 50 states of America, right? And I would advise you to do that. But here's what I can tell you. Probably with some pretty good advice, you're going to save at least $500 on tax write-off in the first 12 months, financial months of your company, right? Yep. So there you go, straight away, you got yourself a free business, right? Yeah. So start thinking like a business person, start thinking like an entrepreneur, start thinking about building a business and share these little pearls of information with people. And you don't have to mention a company name or a compensation plan because those things don't matter right now. All you need to do is to find people who have a need for something. Right? And that something is a better life with better choices for themselves, their family, their children, education, future, holiday homes, whatever it looks like for them. We got 1 month and 2 years, ask them the question and then shut the hell up. Right? I grab a pen and write it down. Right. I got so many notes with names on. And every time I follow up, I find that piece of paper with all my scribbles and little sticky pads on there. And I know what I'm talking about when I'm following up. I listen to their words. And when you can say back to someone 6-7 weeks ago, well, the last time you spoke, you told me this, right? And you can almost quote back for them verbatim what they told you. That's powerful stuff because that proves 2 things. 1, you took notice, okay? And 2, you care enough about them to beat them up with their own words. And if you do it right and for the right reasons, then they will appreciate that. And that alone will help people get to know, like, and trust you all the more. And what I would say is don't try and sell anything. No one is selling anything right now. All we're doing is sharing a concept, sharing an idea, and inviting other people to come and join something that's bigger than them. There you go, Kyle. I'll hand back to you, my friend.
Very, very strong. Absolutely. And again, this is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life, where we already have proof of concept. I mean, it's not like we're trying to figure this out. We've already done it. We already have all the contacts, resources, connections we need to win even a larger scale. It'll work even more efficient because having a quality experience when you're shopping online, to have the ability to have quality products that people need, want, are going to buy anyway. It's a common sense business model. We literally are revolutionizing 2 of the biggest industries of the world. First and foremost is e-commerce. Again, rising like crazy. And just a couple stats so you guys understand the size, the magnitude of this this industry. Right now, we're about a $1.7 trillion industry. By the year 2000 and the end of this year, 2017, 2.3 trillion, and by the end of 2020, over a $4 trillion industry. Now, you take an industry that's doubling in size every couple of years, and it's be going at an exponential rate where traditional commerce is going literally starting to shift in a massive way. I mean, it started years back. But again, it's now becoming self-evident that you take like Amazon buying out Whole Foods for, $13.7 billion cash. I mean, I was just talking to one of my friends about that. And one of the gentlemen, a big leader within the industry, and he's like, it's got to be a little emasculating to have somebody buy you out cash like that. But at the end of the day, these big box stores, they have to shift. And that's another one of the reasons why we have the ability to have 100 plus stores so far that are willing to participate and partner with us to where they're willing to give us a piece of their action to be able to have a marketing force sharing marketing and selling products for them. Guys, this is just a no-brainer in every element. And so just understand this, though. In building your business, this is a relationship building business. Even though we're a high-tech company, we're in the e-commerce industry, this is a relationship-building business. And for many years, I'd heard the concept, the wealthy build networks, everyone else looks for work. Well, that's what came from Robert Kiyosaki, and I didn't really fully grasp that until I started networking and building my own. And that network ended up making me ridiculous amount of money because I was able to become a connector. I was able to connect things that people needed and things that people wanted. And in doing so, making these connections, not just connections for your own personal business, but even business owners have great products. Like Colin and Tess over in the UK built that relationship with Philip Llewellyn and one of our first vendors ever in the UK to be able to start marketing their products. Now, as the company grows in profits, as people see the benefits of their product, they'll be able to rally behind them and to be able to build literally businesses around products that they like. And, Colin and Tess has a phenomenal product line. I believe that we're going to be able to also make purchases and sales within the U.S. market as well, which is going to be fantastic for them in getting more of a profit for that, or more of an audience to be able to market and share their products for them. But again, these company owners and business owners, this is huge for them. Yeah, imagine this, a platform where they can actually have customers included and have potential sales force marketing their products for them. They can build businesses around products they can get excited about. And again, because we're not limited to growth, we're not limited to product selection, that we can literally find products that are surrounding you. Like here in VIP Global especially, I'm going to make sure that we're coaching people and showing people how to become entrepreneurs, how they can start branding themselves. Right? If you love skincare, like you're a skincare person, you're just phenomenally excited about it, we've got hundreds of skincare lines and products that people love, that they can actually sell products through our platform and make money from, but their branding is that skincare. Let's just say they love health and wellness. We've got hundreds of quality health and wellness products on our platform that they can market and sell, but they are branding themselves as the health and wellness person. Does that make sense? So you're actually becoming an entrepreneur, and you are the one branding you. Now you can also have people benefit and participate from these different products that they can actually push to the market because we don't have limitations. Maybe somebody loves travel. We can actually help build somebody and help them become more branded in the travel side of things, because we'll be having travel from day one coming over here. I mean, guys, there's so many phenomenal revenue streams that you can generate and build here, but becoming the entrepreneur that you've always wanted to become. Not becoming a poster child of a specific company, but you becoming you and what you're passionate about and excited about. And then surrounding yourself with people of that like-minded nature and building a following, building relationships with people. That's what this is really all about. Because even though we're a high-tech company, again, we need to have the high touch. People need to know that you care, because people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. And so again, showing interest in them, showing that you care about what their life is, and being authentic and open, not to be a salesman. Get the whole facade BS stuff out of here. Just be you. Be you, be authentic, be open, and then use this phenomenal community that we have here here with VIP Global to help share the vision of what we're doing and how we're launching things and how we already have proof of concept and be at the beginning stages of a life-changing business. So that being said, I wanted to just see if anybody else wanted to share anything, Philip or Anthony, or if anybody else wanted to, you guys can raise your hand. Anything you want to add on to that, Anthony?
Oh, yeah, if I may, you're saying about just being you and being yourself. Here's something that I've found interesting the last couple of days. Just by being me and being myself and just sharing with people what I'm doing right now in my life, as opposed to this is a business pitch, right? So I'll give you two examples. I reached out to my stepsister, who I haven't spoken to for a while. She's moved over to Perth in Australia 7 years ago. The last time I saw her was 2 years ago when she revisited the UK. Anyway, long story short, I explained to her, she asked me what I'm doing right now. So I mentioned about e-commerce and the fact that I actually have a team in Australia. I could very well find a reason to be visiting Perth in the next 4, 5, 6 months, which got the conversation going on more. And then, of course, I found out that my sister is a very savvy shopper, an extremely savvy online shopper. If there's a bargain to be had, she'll find a bargain and she'll find the right suppliers. And she explained to me how difficult it is in Australia with e-commerce and how it is so ripe for the plucking. And if Amazon only came there, they would clean up in Australia. But the only problem, she was explaining to me, infrastructure issues about the Australian post office is decrepit, very expensive, and goes the speed of an old steam train, right? and so she explained to me how it actually is cheaper for her to shop in UK stores and American stores and have them shipped to Australia. And on many occasions, it is not only cheaper, but quicker arriving at her home, right? So I am now doubling down on my efforts in Australia because I've now got an Australia consumer telling me how terribly horrible the e-commerce market is in the Australian market right now. Hello, right? Also, I've now got a very close ally in the Western Peninsula of Australia, in Perth, which is like 8 times the size geographically of the UK, but only holds about 2 million people apparently. So again, we're talking about sparse populations. The reason why Alibaba took such a vast, quick stranglehold of the Chinese market when they launched was because China was 15 years ago, is still now, despite all these big ghost cities, a very rural community with lots of big rural areas without a big shopping complex. So online became very popular. Well, do you know what? I think Australia, only in fact it's got 22 million people, but is very big ripe ground right now. So, and so just talking to people about what you're doing, you'll be surprised how interested they will be in what you do when you tell them what you're doing, and then they actually come out and everyone shops, right? Here's the beautiful thing here. Everyone shops, and most people have an opinion on their shopping experience, on where they shop, how they shop. Customer service, how that's kind of thing of the past, right? How you got to go online and go on answer machines and listen to robots and customer service. So there's no customer service anymore. So what are people loyal to? So they're ripe for being brought around to the incentivized shopping model. But even if you want to talk about specifics about incentivized shopping and how that works and incentivize, you can show them the live sites. They can go shopping now on your stores. If there's something live, we can show them. But I would say in handing back to you, Kyle, just if we stick right now to the bigger vision and sell the vision of what we have and the e-commerce and position people for the information at a later stage, because that's realizing that we need information next week and everyone tries to have it all too soon. So the information like tomorrow turns up one day at a time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Philip. I mean, very, very true. And I know that Jeannie Marshall, just a phenomenal leader and a great business coach, author. She had a few things she wanted to share, which I just love hearing from her. She's just a wealth of knowledge. So Jeannie, you online here with us?
I am here. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Well, Kyle, right from the beginning, you said something that for me just set up a whole wonderful model for listening to Anthony and then Philip. And you were talking about getting engaged, just getting engaged with the business. And for me, there are, of course, all different ways to get engaged, but the model that just came to me was being engaged in the head, being engaged in the heart, being engaged in or with the hands, and being engaged with the feet. And those are all different. And when they're all lined up, everything happens more easily. Like really taking advantage of the timing that Anthony, you were talking about. When people are really lined up that way and ready for engagement, they can move anywhere. They can dance. They can move forward, backward, off to the side. And also, Philip, as you were talking about working with other people and listening to them, I'm sure that just intuitively you know where they are engaged or how they are engaged. But we who are listening can really impact that by being aware of where we are engaged, how are we aligned with ourselves, because in having a communication with someone without doing anything to that other person, just being present, we can help people come into alignment. And this time is not right for everybody. Let me say that. You have to be really ready for some messiness and ambiguity, and I love it. But not everybody is ready for it, and so sometimes just guiding people to wait or to do something else that can help them to be more prepared is just as important as having them make the forward movement. It's something we just have to work with, because not everybody is predictable, except that we are human. That's all. So I just wanted to share that, because engagement is really key.
I love that. You're very, very right. And by the way, a lot of times when we speak to people, it may not be the right time in their life, and that's okay. You know, because we're not here to convince people to do something. We're here to share the vision, share what we're doing, give them, an opportunity to capitalize on what we're doing, right? And that's why we talk about, it's a numbers game. But again, it's our job to at least let them know it exists. Let them make an educated decision for themselves and see the benefit of why they want to participate now versus waiting down the road. Now, maybe down the road, and that's why I never burn a bridge ever, because there are people that you can come back around, you can rally back around with, and that will be ready maybe 6 months down the road, a year down the road. I know for Philip and I, we've been trying to work together for years. It wasn't the right timing. It wasn't the right business model for us to come back together. Rudy Salaya, I talked to him over a year before he started with the company. And it was just little by little, just sharing little by little. You mind if I just keep you informed on how the progression of the company is coming or how my business is doing? I'm like, yeah, sure, no worries. But at least they know what you're doing. They know. And then I've actually done that and talked to people about what I've done. And then they've called me back, a few months later, said, are you still doing that online shopping thing? I'm like, yeah. Like, well, I had somebody that was talking about all they do is shop, and your business came to my mind. You mind if I give them your number? Absolutely. So again, this is about building solid relationships, solid friendships, and remember us by. And that way we can all help and support each other as we grow, because not everybody's ready for a business maybe at this point. Maybe they want to, they're doing something else, they're too busy, and maybe not the right timing for them. But you never know what the future holds. You never know what happens in people's lives. And if you keep that solid relationship, things can come back around, like it's happening so many times for so many people right now. Anthony, do you want to share anything else before we close things out?
Hey, I just want to say, I love being around you guys. You guys are so smart. You guys just help me to do my job a lot easier by being with you. And I heard a long time ago, you never want to be the smartest person in your group. And that's what I try to do. I try to surround myself with other smart individuals. Jeannie is like way up there. And then I got you, I got Philip, and the rest of the guys, Shane and Rudy. And so I think together, as Philip pointed out, community and being able to draw from one another, it's just going to help us all be better and help us all to get to where we want to go.
Fantastic. Now, I don't know if...
Hey, Kyle, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, go ahead and say something. Can everyone hear Craig?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on, Craig. Good to hear your voice, man.
Okay, go ahead, Craig.
Excellent. This is Craig McGregor calling from Djibouti, Africa. Hey, I must have called in at the wrong time, Kyle. Thank you for including me. This has been a great call. It's good to hear everyone's voice, and hey, tell you what, I'm pumped. We've got some good things coming ahead, and I'm just truly excited to be working with you guys and to be able to participate. I mean, this is it's going to be a fun time. So anyways, yeah, it's about 10:45 my time, halfway across the world. I guess they're close to you, Philip, right? So, anyways, hey, thanks for the call, guys, and be looking forward to working with you.
Right. I mean, you can, again, this is another example. You can build an international business here. We got people all around the world, see the vision, excited about it. Speaking of which, I'd love to have, I don't know if Colin and Tess are available, but I'd like to get their thoughts on some things, simply because they're business owners, and they know they not only have become one of our affiliate, not just business owners that have their own product that put on the incentivized platform, but they also have chosen to become an affiliate with the company. So, Colin and Tess, are you available by chance to share a little bit about your thoughts on, why not only are you excited about your products being on the platform, but also for becoming an affiliate with the company to build distribution within the construct?
Hi, yes, it's Tess here. Hello, everyone. We just had a little bit of trouble getting onto the call this evening, but we've finally mastered it, and here we are. So it's been lovely to hear what everyone else has been saying. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear. Thanks, Tess.
Lovely, that's great. Thank you. Yeah, well, we're really, really excited, as you can imagine. I mean, for us, this is absolutely fantastic opportunity. Not only, as you say, we are store owners, and we're so excited to be able to bring our product to the UK and to be able to make it available, elsewhere. But having said that, as store owners and having developed a product over some years now that we wanted to get out and reach a good wide audience with, we see the opportunity here absolutely phenomenal. We joke with people that we, like everyone else here, leads very busy lives. We say we're college tutors by day, we're business owners by night, and we're entrepreneurs by choice. Now, we've had some experiences in the past, and we've joked with Philip Llewellyn about this, that, we've been involved in network marketing, we've been in MLM previously, and we have had some success from that, I have to say. In the past, we've had some success from that. But it was because of disappointments that we'd also suffered in that arena that we changed tack, as it were, just a few short years ago, and we went into more conventional business ownership. We decided to be the supplier of product, and that's, when Nutritional Ninjas and our brand was born. That's what we're running with. But we saw the absolute opportunity here. The whole thing just makes sense. It's the first time in a long time that the fog has lifted. We were thinking, wow, this is the beauty of combining everything. This is the beauty of having a community, of having a business, of having a product, of having people that want to buy, people that want to sell, people that want to get involved in various different ways, people that are watching from the sidelines at the moment, people that are listening and they're seeing some of the guys here and, some of the people that we've seen already becoming involved in all this, what we like to call the movers and shakers. You guys are involved because you see a good opportunity and and you've got the clarity of vision. And we're just so excited to be able to join in with that as well now, because we really feel that for the first time in a long, long time, we are on the winning team. And this is definitely the winning team. We're going to be pushing all out with this. Obviously, at the moment, our main priority is being as a store owner. We want to be responsible store owners and make available product that people like and deal with the customer service side of that and make sure that everybody's happy and getting a good deal. But we want to also invite people along to come and look at this opportunity as other store owners, perhaps, or as customers who are going to be buying stuff. And we see all the stuff about the e-commerce and the demise, unfortunately, of retail stores on the high streets, etc. And each one of us, wherever we are, we can see that happening around us. And I always feel sad for the stores when I see them closing, because that is the end of somebody's dream. Somebody somewhere invested a lot of time, money, blood, sweat and tears to open a store and to become a commercial retail outlet. And then for whatever reason, and it's changes in economy, it's changing in politics, it's changes all around that create the demise. And certainly changes in the way the consumer wants to approach their buying experience. Each one of us, myself included, and this became more and more obvious over a period of time, we want to buy online. We want the convenience of being able to sit at a computer or even on the phone and get what we want without having to go trudging down to the shops or trying to find a place to park the car or waiting for a bus or carrying bags home and your arms are aching and also the time it takes out of the day just to go and do the shopping. But when you can sit there and with a few clicks make a few purchases and then carry on with the rest of your day, it just makes so much sense that, it's clear where the whole future is going with this. And we want to be part of that future. So we are very, very excited about it. We're so thankful and grateful for this opportunity and to be able to be part of it. And so we're definitely going to be telling others because it would be rude not to.
I love it. Yeah, we definitely don't want to be rude people.
No, we don't, sir. No, we don't. We want to be kind. We want to be welcoming and for people to feel the essence of a community again. Because that's another thing that is missing in so many places. We all have busy lives and we all have, our own sort of little insular lives, perhaps. Being part of community. And this is great. I mean, we haven't got our photo up here at the moment, but we can see some of the photos that are there. And it's really nice. It's nice to see where people are from here on the screen. It's nice to see people smiling back from the screen at you. So, yeah, we're building a community. These are first very important steps. I know there's been a lot of work, obviously, behind the scenes to get us to this stage already. So very grateful for the opportunity. Thank you.
Tess, can I say here, Kyle, I wish you could see the smile on my face right now. It is beaming from year to year because to listen to what you just said, and I just go back, Tess, maybe a few months, and when we first started our discussions, and when I think how we framed our initial discussions, because we didn't know, we knew of each other, we passed, before, but we never really sort of talked at any length. But when I laid out for you the vision of what I saw unfolding in front of me, and you got that straight away, you and Colin. Now, if I had approached you probably as a hard-nosed businessman approaching to your profit and loss side, and look, I can sell you X thousand units and give you X amount of margin, I just wonder, would we be where we are right now? So, it's so wonderful to hear you give out your version of what you see this vision is, because you listen to mine, and it's so wonderful to hear your version of what my vision was and how it's now it's wonderful because because it's not about my vision, it's about yours, and it's about everyone else's, and it's about everyone else who we bring in. It's always about their vision, but if we can share them a piece of ours, that allows them to grow their own.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That's actually what happened. As you say, when we began speaking about this, you were, giving us some suggestions and gently leading us into a direction that we already wanted to go. But it was like suddenly discovering the passion again, suddenly discovering the vision for ourselves. Like I said, I would liken it to a fog being lifted. We knew there was something there sort of lurking behind the mist. We were searching for it and we were like pushing back the clouds. We were trying to find our way through to something that we didn't realize existed, but we wanted it to exist. And I think this is the fantastic piece now where like-minded people getting together and creating the vision and putting the creative energy into it to make that vision come reality. So as you say, Philip, it's going to be slightly different versions of reality for each of us because we're all operating on sort of slightly different frequencies, but we've all got the same outcome in mind.
Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you. Kyle, back to you, sir.
Awesome. I just want to wrap things up, and we want to keep it within 45 minutes. But yeah, this has been a phenomenal call. I appreciate everybody for participating that was on here. We've got a couple awesome guest speakers next Sunday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in the world. So definitely tune in next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Yeah, that's going to be at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. GMT, and we've got some fantastic things to be sharing. Again, this is the time frame. We have about another week before we start pulling the trigger on certain elements, so please do yourself a favor, do your people that you know a favor, and at least let them know where we are currently at this time in the moment. Get back with the person that sponsored you, brought you on, so you can talk about a simple game plan. You can talk to as many people as possible in this next week to 2 weeks that they can capitalize on what we're about to get things rolling on. So that being said, I want to thank you so much for participating, for being here. Tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. GMT, we're going to have our master class. And then Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be doing just a fantastic training, capitalizing even more on this with marketing your business for the future. So that being said, thanks so much. Make it a great evening. God bless. Good night.